Dreads, should you wash them with hot or cold water? To some people this question is going to be like, what? But when I first started out, this was a genuine thing. I was genuinely told that dreadlocks could or should only be washed with cold water. And recently this idea seems to be popping up again in the question sections of the Lazydreads universe. So what's the deal? Well, when I first started out my dreadlocks, I believe the reason that I was told that I could or should only wash my dreadlocks with cold water is because I started my dreadlocks during the height, what I believe was the height of dreadlock waxness, when wax still seemed like it was a good idea. And I believe that people are recommending to only wash your dreadlocks with cold water as some sort of way of preserving the wax. I don't know. That was sort of the way that it was presented to me at the time. But fortunately here in the future, we don't really seem to see a whole lot of wax recommendation going around anymore. Hooray! But I thought I would make this video because just to complicate things, I wash my hair with both hot and cold water. Ooh. So in plain terms, I straight up can't deal with washing my hair solely with hot water. The amount of time that it takes for me to properly wash and rinse my dreads if I was using hot water the whole time. Basically the dreadlocks soak up hot water. I have these hot dreadlocks next to my head like little radiators. If I used hot water the entire time, my head would become hard-boiled. So I like to vary the temperature just to preserve my brain cells, or what brain cells I have left. There are, however, genuine benefits to washing with both hot and with cold water. Hot water is more effective at doing the washing. It's better at breaking down dirts and working with your shampoo to remove oils. Hot water, that's the washer. Cold water, however, is better for rinsing, and it's also better for your hair and your skin because it helps trap moisture. It closes your pores. It helps retain moisture in your hair and in your scalp. And when you're keeping the moisture in your scalp rather than letting it get totally dried out like you would if you're using just hot water, it helps reduce the risk of scalp irritation and dandruff. Or so I'm told. So here's how I do it. I start out washing with the hot water with my rinsing and my washing. Hot water all the way. Then, once my head starts to cook, I switch it up, slowly turn down the heat, cooling. I also like to alternate between hot and cold when I'm doing my sort of rinsing with the squeezing out, because I fill my dreadlocks up with the hot water, do all my squeezing out, then I turn it to cold, do all the squeezing out once I start feeling that I'm squeezing out cold water rather than hot. I know I've squeezed out like a whole load of water. It helps sort of reassure me that I'm actually squeezing everything out. Confidence in rinsing is useful. So kind of odd question, maybe a kind of odd origin, but there you go. I hope that it was somewhat useful to some of you. If it was, do consider liking or subscribing if that's your thing. If you'd like to ask me a question, you can do so by leaving it in the comment section below. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you again next time. Farewell.